Hello everybody, Ben Rogers here, the Raptors Digest, reacting to the Toronto Raptors 115-83 victory over the Boston Celtics. Riker, after game one of the season, people were down, they were heartbroken, you had your funeral black clothes on, and you know what? The Toronto Raptors, Fred VanVleet liked a tweet before that game saying people are going to overreact to game one of the preseason, and tonight, the Raptors, we're overreacting to game two of the preseason. Riker.
Regular season.
What am I saying?
Preseason,
regular season, whatever. Because Scottie Barnes is the next Magic Johnson, without a doubt. OG, we have the best defensive roster of all time. I'm overreacting right now, Riker, but how are you feeling after this game? Because this is what we wanted to see on opening night.
Ben, there was these hands tonight. They were active. And I was saying, okay, Masai, I see the vision. You drafted a generational talent. Not only did he defend a top 10 player in the NBA, but he was the best player on the offensive end as well. Not only did we think we had struggles with scoring and said, hey, we got to end up getting all of our points in transition. Guess what? We got all of our points in transition, Ben. The defense was incredible. Who needs a proper big man? We're going to completely overreact to this one because it's not often you beat the Boston Celtics in the TD Garden in just insane, dominant fashion. You're clicking away at something on the keyboard. I don't know what's going on. The hype is emanating. There's an aura from our bodies. Ben, you ready to steal the limelight back from me here?
Feels so good, Riker. I'm feeling so good. TD Barrett's in the chat talking about the Raptors. The chat is popping off right now. People are excited, and Marcel Martin's already coming in with the super chat saying Scottie Barnes is the Celtics killer. And Marcel, I completely agree, but I'm gonna jump on that. I'm gonna build on that because he is the everyone killer. And Riker, we may as well give it out right now. There's an award we have to give out, our new segment, and tonight the Scottie Barnes Award. Who should we do a little drum roll? Who it's going to? It's going to Scottie Barnes. Yes, he is getting the Scottie Barnes Award in this game tonight because not only is he showing like he could be the rookie of the year. That's what the people are spamming in the chat, right? Marcel's spamming that in the chat. Not only is he looking like most improved from his college season, he's going to be the first player to get a most improved award from his college season to the NBA. But he's looking like an MVP, finals MVP, NBA champion. Right now, 25 points, a plus 29, 13 rebounds, 2 assists. This is insanity, Riker.
Yeah, well, he wasn't doing it against no scrubs either. This is an incredible
and he was
defensive Boston
Jason
Celtics.
Tatum down.
What a performance. And my criticism of last game was, Ben, the Raptors are out of this game. They're down 27 points, and the comeback is mounted on the shoulders of our two rookies. You remember me saying that? Well, it wasn't an abnormality. This is going to become the common recurring theme that the best player on our team might just be the rookie, the 4th overall draft pick, the guy that people put L's into the comment section when we said we should have drafted Jalen Suggs. This guy, he might be the best player in this draft class. He might be a generational talent. He might be the guy that we max out in the same way that you max out any player that you need to keep around on your team. And Ben, I didn't know he could shoot the 3. I didn't know that he could come off of off-ball screens and do a little fadeaway over the hands of Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown right in his face. I didn't know that he had the confidence to, do side steps, do whatever, grab rebounds, dunk with ease. This guy literally is the complete package. People are going to be panicked that we're overreacting so much, but I think this is here to stay, man. This is here to stay. This man's legit. They even said Magic Johnson on the stream or on the broadcast tonight. We're speaking it into existence.
Riker, 25 points, 13 rebounds against the Boston Celtics, who play great defense. Scottie Barnes, no joke, no hyperbole. The mid-range jump shots he was taking looked like Kawhi Leonard. He was pulling up in people's faces. He was just splashing them down. Marcel Martin's pulling out the Scottie dunks in the chats, right? People are... The jump... If this guy already has a jump shot, right? And one moment that stood out to me from Scottie Barnes, a couple, is he's going full pace, right? And we draft so many young, raw, talented guys, right? That are not necessarily talent, but like that are going to develop and work hard. And usually when they're young, they're young bulls, right? They run into the lane full speed and just are a bit out of control. Scottie Barnes runs coast to coast in complete control. You don't know if he's going to do, a Kyrie Irving inside out cross. You don't know if he's going to Euro like Manu Ginobili. You don't know if he's going to throw a no look pass. And the one play that looked ridiculous was Dennis Schroeder, who did take a charge on Svi Mykhailiuk later in the game, but he was perfectly positioned for a charge. Scottie Barnes was going so fast, and he just slithered his way right past him. He just right to the rim for an easy layup. His touch and his midi, they're on another level right now, and he's younger than us, Riker. This guy is younger than us.
And it's not even close. He's way younger than us. He's 4 or 5 years younger than us, maybe 2 or 3 or 4. I don't know the exact age.
I think 21, he's Riker. Get out of here.
I'm 23. I'm the bones on this podcast here now, I guess. But I see.
I'm a youth.
But Ben, listen. It wasn't just Scottie Barnes tonight, who, by the way, does make OG look smaller out on the court. He does make him look less long. He almost takes away from OG's athleticism, because this guy can, I didn't realize how long his wingspan is. He can dunk with ease. He postered poor Peyton Pritchard, alliteration, who already had a broken nose and a mask in this one, and then got decimated in a first quarter poster. But Ben, we could rave. People are saying the Celtics broadcast was drooling over Scottie Barnes. I wish I heard their broadcast tonight, because I would have loved to hear what their fans weren't happy. I'll tell you that much. But this was the point I was going to use to segue was, how often are we grabbing offensive rebounds, right? Creating steals, creating transition opportunities from strong defensive plays, right? Having solid help defense, getting turnovers in the low block. I mean, the defensive identity in one single offseason has completely shifted. And this is what's going to be exciting, win or lose, Ben, because there's so much promise with this young core that even if this season is a write-off, we're going to see exciting basketball. We're going to see the highs and lows, and we have a lot to build off for the coming years.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. And we do have a couple super chats before we swing into everything else we're going to talk about. The first one's from Nisha Seth, back in the super chat, saying Scottie Barnes better than Suggs already. Lamau. He's lamauing at Jalen Suggs right now. But Riker, it's not even a Suggs comparison at this point. He's better than Cade. He's better than Jalen Green. He's better than LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Luka Doncic, whoever you want to say. Right? He's better than all those guys, Nietzsche said, but I definitely agree with your super chat. I like the lamauing in the super chats. And Marcel Martin's back also saying Scary Gary got his groove back. And Riker, to bring up the points that you raised, specifically on the defensive end, right? And I think this Scary Gary point comes into it, because the question mark coming into this year wasn't, can Gary Trent Jr. score? We know he's a guy that's elite at, hitting those middies. He can shoot the threes. He can do this, that, and whatever. And the chats are going by fast. So if I miss a super chat, Riker, keep me honest.
There's one right now.
Okay, yeah. But Gary Trent Jr., right? He can score. He can get in the lane. He had a tough first game, but the defensive end is where Gary Trent Jr. has more so impressed me this season. He's active. He was guarding Al Horford for a point in this game. He was getting deflections. He was getting steals. I'm trying to see how many steals this guy had. 4 steals in this game. 7 between him and Fred VanVleet combined, right? If we're getting that defensive production from Gary Trent Jr., it wasn't just a steal, because sometimes people cherry pick steals. You look at Allen Iverson's of the past of the world, right? He was playing great defense. He was hustling. He was energy. And then, I know he's a bit of a chucker, but he's a bucket getter. And this is what we want out of Gary Trent Jr. Starting Gary Trent is another level, Riker.
Yeah. Well, we knew that all along. Miguel Costa saying, sorry, but what is a Jalen Suggs? Everybody's just jumping in on that, bashing the Orlando selection, the 5th overall pick. But it's fun. We'll see how that develops throughout the year. But I think we can look even to bigger and better things. Scottie Barnes, could he be the actual rookie of the year when Cade Cunningham comes back, right? How are they going to match up? How is he going to compare to Jalen Green? So there's going to be a lot of interesting narratives in the rookie class this year. But Ben, your point on Gary Trent Jr., it hit the mark. We said it all last year with Norman Powell. He needs to be the guy that hears his name in the starting lineup. That's one thing. Gary Trent Jr., he was looking to score tonight. He wasn't happy with last game. He wasn't happy coming off the bench. 2, why? We don't need to develop Goran Dragic. He's been in the league for 14 NBA seasons. He doesn't need experience starting. He can be a veteran off the bench and provide that sort of slow it down pace, that scoring when you need it. That's what he did tonight. That's how we're like to see it. I said to you before the podcast started, I feel like we're a 6-man team. Right, 7-man when Boucher gets his IQ back and running. He's still taking bad shots. He looked good on the defensive side, but it's that starting core, Achiuwa, all the guys. Man, we're going to have a long podcast here if we start breaking down the games of every player. But, right, that's core lineup. That was great. And Dragic off the bench. There's a lot to love about this team.
Oh, without a doubt. We have another super chat from Marcel Martin saying, thank you, Aaron Baines. Marcel, Riker, I pitched this to us, to the Raptors, the Digest team. Let's get some thank you Aaron Baines shirts. Let me know in the chat if you guys would like thank you Aaron Baines shirts and for getting us Scottie Barnes. Right? Let us know. If you don't like, if you wouldn't be interested, because we want to put out the stuff that you guys would be interested in, let us know. But I feel like that I'd rock that. I'd rock a thank you to Aaron Baines. And we have super chats coming in left, right, and center. K Cedar saying, boys, Scottie B. I love
Scottie B. It was all caps.
Boy, Scottie B. I love how this team played today. No butterflies, just pure hustle and defense. We are just aggressive. We are monsters. Scottie Barnes.
Let me jump in.
Yeah.
Okay, while we're on the topic, play it again. Play the animation again. Today's Scottie Barnes award goes to Scottie Barnes this evening because just another thing that he did well. His engagement in the game, right? Obviously, he plays excited. He plays like a rookie. He was happy to be in Toronto. He was dancing when he got drafted. Everything seems new and fun to him. But when we're down, right? He had that mentality. He was playing to get the team back in it. But when we were up 24 points and he had a offensive rebound off his own miss and dunked it back in, he celebrated like it was a game-winning bucket. Rated with Fred VanVleet. Whether we're up or down, we're gonna get that energy from Scottie Barnes. Guys, savor this moment. Savor it when the defense is suffocating. Oh man,
I forgot about the balloons. I haven't been playing the balloons yet, and this game deserves the balloons. But we had a bunch of super chats. Canis Major is saying, who's going to the bench when Pascal is back? Canis, I don't have my contacts in, so I can't read. Pascal's going to the bench.
Pascal Siakam off the bench, baby. Back to our roots.
Siakam.
No, Fred VanVleet. And put Scottie Barnes at the 1. But Fred VanVleet can handle.
It's going to be Trent. It's going to be Scottie to start.
But we can't put Trent off the bench.
I know this.
Great question. Let's debate it out. Okay, now let's read the next one. Then the next super chat. Come back to this question.
Yeah, this is a quality question, Cam. This hurts me now, but we're so good. It's good problems to have. Niche Seth back with another super chat saying Barnes dunked, yelled in Freddie's face, and had Freddie yelling. It looked like you remember when Fred VanVleet was walking off the court with the cut underneath his eye and he was just yelling. Right, it's the iconic Fred VanVleet photo. That's how he looked, looking at Scottie Barnes, just dunking. Yeah. Oh my God. We have a superstar. Yeah. We have a superstar, Riker.
Ben, I'm gonna say it right now. I'll put up. Let's first giveaway. I've been saying we're gonna flirt with some giveaways this year. Scottie Barnes jersey. It's so obvious. A Scottie Barnes jersey. That's gonna be the first giveaway of the channel. If we hit 21,000 subs, we're only a couple hundred away. That's the first giveaway. So if you're not subscribed, get into the subscribe. Then we'll just filter random, give one of those away. That's going to be in hot demand. Yep. That is going to be the golden artifact in the next 10 years when this guy is the next Magic Johnson, Antetokounmpo, Keem Olajuwon, all of the comparisons. Which one do we read out? We gotta read through them and come back to this. Who's gonna come off the bench when Pascal is back? Conversation. We said Niche Seths.
Yeah, we said Niche Seths. You say the next one. I'm far in this chat.
Marcel Martin, 500 viewers. Like Spike.
I think we skipped over one though, Riker. I think we skipped over one. From Christian Burton. Nice to see Fred drop a lot of dimes tonight. That's what he needs to focus on if he's going to be Kyle's long-term replacement and the selfies winner and a selfless winner. I read it selfies winner. But yeah, no, Fred VanVleet is the point guard. It was nice to see him make some dimes, and I don't want to spoil any awards because there's a couple that's going down, but Fred's definitely going to be in there with one of his dimes. But Fred VanVleet, right, didn't have the greatest scoring night, hasn't looked that polished on the offensive end just coming back, but he is doing other things. He's getting steals, he's getting boards. I know everyone was trash on Fred VanVleet following the first game of the season. I said
he deserved it.
Yeah, he deserved it for sure. But that's what Fred does. He has low games and he has high games. That's what he's done throughout his whole career. I was saying that in the last video. I'm saying it in this one.
We give him credit. We give him credit because he didn't absolve blame. He didn't come back with a good scoring night. But if you remember, the fourth quarter, the start was dreadful, and we were like, you just need to hold on. You just need to not blow a 20-point lead. And the ball had to be in Fred's hands. And even though there was turnovers and a lot of shot clock violations, never got picked, right? He's the only guy you were comfortable with in that situation to make sure we maintain the lead. That's his role on this team. Steady Freddy nickname holds true. We just kind of want to get more scoring from him. I would still say that. So
it'll come. That's what Freddy does. He's a bucket getter. So we'll be fine. Martin Arrea, no comment on the super chat, just a donation. Appreciate it.
Shut up.
But
Ben, I think let's go into the segments, can we? Because
Riker, we have to talk. We're skipping over guys. We can rant on this podcast. We got 700 people in there. I feel like we could talk about this game for 10 hours. So because I want to break out the propaganda, Riker. I want to break out the propaganda because people were sleeping on the propaganda. People were saying he's not better than Bam. They weren't calling him the next Giannis after game one.
Can I pull up my exact text message to you?
Yeah. Pull up that text message.
I'm going to pull up the text message when he started the game, 1 for 6 from layup range. And I said to Ben, Achiuwa is
you gotta put it like over your face.
Over the face? Yeah. Achiuwa is the definite, well, I can't read it now. He is the definition of Butterfingers. Man has a horrible touch around the rim. At least he's been hustling. And hustle he did right into the stat column, Ben. Now take it away, everything that he did.
Well, Riker, you placed a bet before this game. What was it? Double your money if he scores 8 points or something?
Yes, it was 2.2. You got the return is times 2.2 if he scored 8 points. So I put $10 in on it, and easiest $12 I've ever made in my entire life. So thank you to Achiuwa and the bookkeepers who
$100 in it. Put the Raptors Digest bank vault into that. But we have a super chat from Martin Arrea. There's a comment saying Barnes is on the 70 greatest players list. That's 100%. He got snubbed. I know he never played a game before that list was concocted, but he deserves to be on it after tonight. And they keep coming in. We got a question about Decker. We won't even be able to get to talk about Precious. We will, though. What about Decker? Yeah. We have too many good players. We have too many guys that are just another.
Well, I'm only counting 6. I'm only counting 6 right now, Ben. I'm counting our starting lineup and Dragic with Boucher, who needs to tighten up his handles because Mykhailiuk wasn't amazing in this one tonight.
You're not drinking this Fiji water. You're not drinking this Fiji water. He hit 2 threes to end the game, Riker. I know he was trash
end the game
whole
in
way.
scrub minutes against their scrub team. So this is where it's exciting if we want to pull it back. We got another one coming in. Hold up.
No,
Marcel Martin, the Boston Celtics had turnovers, the most turnovers. Wow. He went to do his bag for this stat. I love it. Marcel Martin.
Jeez.
The Boston Celtics had turnovers. The most turnovers they had in a regular season game since 2014. And it was against the Toronto Raptors. Well, listen, get ready for more of that because I've never seen hands so active.
Wax on, wax off.
In an NBA game before.
Wax on, wax off.
Now, I bring it back to 6-man, 7-man, right? I'm a big advocate for the 8-man rotation.
Yep.
Siakam, when he returns from injury, right now the Raptors might get blown out by 20 points in the next game, and all of this conversation might be.
The Raptors season has been a roller coaster so far. But we're at the top of that drop, and it's only going to it's either going to the moon or we're diving back down.
So if you've ever been to Busch Gardens in St. Peters, Florida, there's the Shikra. It stops right at the top, right before the drop, and just hangs you there. We're at that suspension, hanging in a moment of history. But when our starter, who was our last top 5 draft pick? Was it Bargnani? It was our last top 5 pick was Bargnani. I guarantee he didn't give any games as exciting as this one, which filled Raptors fans with hope. I don't want to hate on Andrea Bargnani. He was ahead of his time, the poor guy. You bring in a guy like that now, and he would be Lauri Markkanen, or Bertans, but we never got that hope from him that we got from Scottie Barnes in this game.
Hey, Bargnani was my idol growing up, right? I used to spike my hair up solely to look like Andrea Bargnani. So we're not disrespecting the GOAT. But Nisha Seth is saying Masai is building a team of monsters, and not even, because we're gonna win. The Monstars lose to, I didn't even see Space Jam 2, but they lose to LeBron and MJ. We have our SB. We have our GOAT, number 4, Scottie Barnes on the squad. We got the Toon Squad on this team. And Paul Blunt saying, burn the funeral suit, Riker. It's burning. We're setting it on fire. We're setting it on fire. Get that out of here. Do you still have the Walmart hat, Riker?
Get that out of here.
Get that garbage out of here.
Get that garbage out of here. All right, let's relax it while we have a chance. Let's swing into the segment. We can bring it back
Precious.
into.
We haven't been able to talk about Precious. We haven't talked about the box score yet. We usually have a theme where we talk about the box score before. 15 points, 15 rebounds for Precious Achiuwa. Okay, I thought it was 12 offensive rebounds. Oh my goodness gracious! 2 steals. Just a monster night for Precious. He hit a 3-2. Just. The Precious propaganda, I'm playing the segment again. It's this guy's looking immaculate right now. I know he let Montrezl Harrell look like prime Wilt Chamberlain the other night, but tonight it was over. And the Celtics are big too. They have Horford and Williams, the Time Lord, so it's nice for the squad. OG, again, not an efficient night. 14 points on 4 of 18 shooting, so 0-5 from the 3-point line. But the thing about OG, we know he's a 3-point shooter. We know he can knock him down from the 3-point line, but he's getting his buckets inside. He's using the handles, he's using the spins, he's bullying his way in there. Once the 3-point shot comes back, we're going to get our OG of old, that we were expecting in preseason. And Gary Trent Jr., right, he's exciting. 20 points, 3 rebounds, 4 steals, right? And obviously Scottie Barnes there. Boucher, 11 points. Riker, is there anything we need to break down before we dive into the segments? Because I feel like this hour-long
Can we reiterate one more time that Scottie Barnes put up the stats of the best player of the team? Mm-hmm. He looked like the best player on the team. He had the energy of the best player on the team. And he defended the Boston Celtics' 2 best players and held them sub 20 points each, I believe.
Let's give him that award. Yeah.
The Scottie Barnes award tonight goes to none other than Scottie Barnes. He held Jaylen Brown to under 10 points. He kept in the single digits, and this man had 49 points in that overtime loss. Listen, the other thing, look at this. Look at this. This is the usual number we have for offensive rebounds, team offensive rebounds in a game last season. This number right here, 0. We typically have no offensive rebounds as a team. Even in our championship run, Serge Ibaka wasn't under the rim looking to get offensive rebounds. Marc Gasol definitely wasn't. Now we have a team full of offensive rebounders. So that stat right there, oh, I had it in front of me. Do you have it in front of you? 21 offensive rebounds tonight, Ben. 21 offensive rebounds. We out-rebounded the Boston Celtics by about 20 total rebounds. We didn't even convert on most of them. At one point, we were 4 for 15 on second chance baskets, and most of them were missed dunks and layups, and we still crushed them. So that's what I want to focus or highlight in the box score. Now, let's bring it into the segments, baby. Bring us home, Ben.
Bring us home. We got loads of this podcast to go. But Riker, tonight, the spicy play of the day. And honestly, I want to say it's the entire game, even though we have a couple already drawn up. But the feeling I get when the Raptors are winning, the feeling I feel when we're just bullying the Boston Celtics of all teams, who had a remarkable game the other night. Jaylen Brown looked like the GOAT of GOATs the other night. And now, going up against Scottie Barnes and OG and everyone, right, getting completely clamped, it's looking like he disappeared, right? That's what I live for. But there was a couple of remarkable plays. First one's got to go to Freddie VanVleet, who gets criticized for his passing a little bit. Obviously, it wasn't the true point guard when Kyle Lowry was around. He was playing more of an off-ball, but he had the binoculars on today, and he didn't even look. He had a big Celtics defender on him, and he just flicked it over. Who was it? To Precious Achiuwa? Down in the late, rolling to the pin. Right?
Oh, man, he was falling. He barely got that pass off. Yeah, spun it into the lane for wide open Precious Achiuwa. Absolutely.
Yeah, that was a remarkable pass, but the one it's got to go to, and it's going to the guy that got the Scottie Barnes award, right? Going up the lane, going up. I already talked about his Euro, but that no-look pass, that Ben Rodgers-esque no-look pass at the top of the lane, I just love players that can pass. It's the one thing that I just invigorates me watching a game. You know, I see those passes. It's like I get a fresh dose of Fiji water. It's like I chug down a full thing of Fiji water after a no-look pass. I feel refreshed. I feel excited. It's another level. It's Scottie Barnes, Fred VanVleet. Our team is ridiculous, Riker.
Ben, you got to the finesse. I'm gonna give it to the brawn, the power. First quarter, I said at the beginning, he caught a rebound and then he caught a body. He put poor Peyton Pritchard, who broke his nose. I'm getting a call from somebody else coming in here. He broke his nose. He's wearing the face mask. He's trying his best out there. He's overwhelmed. He's the only guy in the paint trying to guard, trying to get rebounds. He got left alone on an island, and then Scottie Barnes, with his long arms, came and dunked him into oblivion. I've never seen it done so mean. He's only 20 years old, and he's catching bodies. He's getting a kill list together, Ben, and he's putting people on posters. This man is special. He's special, and he's the next Magic Johnson. So thank you for the overreaction and living up to the hype, sir.
Yeah. We're speaking it into existence. And shout out, thank you, Aaron Baines. Let us know if you guys want to see that t-shirt. If you guys are interested in that t-shirt, let us know in the chat below. But Riker, not all plays can be the spicy play of the day, and some just make you say, oh geez. And tonight, the OG's play of the day. Riker, flex that merch for us so the animation pops off. Flex it there. Tonight, I don't even know what the OG's is going to. Because is it going to... I guess it's got to go to all those missed layups we had in the first quarter. We missed about 7 layups in the first quarter, and then the layups started going down, and then we started bullying the Boston Celtics. It's what we love to see on this podcast.
It's not going to the Raptors tonight. It's going to the Boston Celtics for... Whoa, wait. Do I have a bag in here? If I had a bag... You know I'd fumble it then, because they messed up tonight thinking that they were going to get the easy win. They took their foot off the gas, and then the Raptors came in and did their thing. They clamped them down. They had the hands so active you've never seen them as fast as that, Ben. That's the OGs. Boston Celtics, they caught them slacking.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. And tonight, and we also have another super chat from Marcel Martin saying, Masai Ujiri planned this the night we won the finals. And that's facts. He knew. He picked up Aaron Baines last season with the knowledge that this was all going to happen. This is all going to work out. It's all part of Masai's master plan, but that is facts. But Riker, we didn't get a lot of views in the last podcast because it was a tough game. Completely get it. So this might be the debut for a lot of people, but the Gold Star, it has been retired. The Damari Carroll Gold Star, it is gone. It's gone kapoof. It's in the past. And now we have, what's the official name for it? The Paul Pierce Golden Kazoo Award of the night.
You missed a bit. The Paul Pierce Golden Kazoo Award for worst performance of the night, Ben. That's correct. We're bringing it into the modern ages. People are familiar with the kazoos, and now we're giving the Golden Kazoo for the worst performance. Who's it going to this evening?
Well, you can't give it to the Raptors. I was gonna give it to the dose of Fiji water earlier, right? I was gonna say it because he looked like the only guy that was still just not flowing, not in a rhythm. But then he splashes a few threes down at the end of the game, so it's you can't give it to him. Jaylen Brown, I guess it's going to on the whole Boston Celtics team, right? Looking at their roster, you ran through the stats. Marcus Smart was held to 0 points. 0 points for Marcus Smart. Robert Williams 9. Tatum is nasty. Tatum is filthy, right? He doesn't seem to miss shots, and somehow we kept him to 18 points, right? We just weren't letting him get anything. Al Horford, we let him do whatever he wants. Jaylen Brown went 0 for 7 from the 3-point line, and they were contested. We had a hand up on everything. We're just giving it to the Boston Celtics tonight. The Golden Kazoo.
Yep. Shout out to that, Ben. I'm in bliss. I'm on cloud 9. To do it in TD Garden against a team we'd lost 4 straight to. We lost 2 years ago in the playoffs against Boston. We didn't feel like we were overmatched, but everybody counted us out. And then you can't really make too much rebuttal when you do get outed in the playoffs. But this feels like a proper return to form. I'm almost glad we dropped game 1 to the Wizards, because it's more special to get the first win of the season in game 2 against Boston, against one of our true rivals. I love this, Ben.
Yeah, and before we sound off into the final alarm, Riker, Race Mode Daily. He's out here plugging for us, saying, take a second to like this show. Go Raps. We appreciate you, Race Mode Daily. Legend in the super chat.
767.
Let's get a like spike, Rob.
Tuned in. Let's get to 400 likes.
Like spike.
Get 2 dislikes. Get out of here to those 2 Boston fans that are watching this. They can't handle the hype right now, Ben. They can't handle what it's like to be a Raptors fan. We're special. We got just so much energy. Get out of here with the dislikes.
Yeah. No, we're going to the moon. Raptors stalk to the moon, Riker. But I think it's time. I think it's time to sound off that final alarm, Riker. You ready? You ready for it to go off?
Do it.
Wheel, 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 wheel. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Wheel, 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 wheel. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Wheel, 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 wheel. That's right. The final alarm has gone off. We're sounded off. We want to see what people have to say in the chat. We want to respond to you guys. Usually this is where the podcast gets off the rails, but tonight it's just been there the whole time. So we want to see what people are saying. People are spamming NBA Chev. They're going into our comment section. He's a what's it called? He's a Raptors enthusiast, I think, too. Like, he's a positive guy.
Yep.
The final alarm, baby. Harrison. Who's going to the bench? Who's going to the bench, Riker? Who's
going
doing
to the bench
it?
when Pascal Siakam comes back?
What?
It's probably Pascal Siakam.
He's not going to the bench, Riker. He's an all-NBA player.
It can't be Precious. And we got to have OG and Scottie out there together. It's unfortunately going to be Gary Trent Jr. And then we're going to get a useless version of Gary Trent Jr. That's what's going to happen.
We're going to get, I don't know. Yeah, we'll be Trent at first, but, or no, will it be Trent? Scottie Barnes is too good to put to the bench. I could see Nick Nurse putting him to the bench right now.
Scottie Barnes, no, because he played how many minutes this evening?
Pull those stats up.
I'm pulling them up. 35 minutes. He played starter minutes tonight. And this was in a game against the Boston Celtics. It wasn't in a game against, the Oklahoma City Thunder. This was a game against the Boston Celtics where we were down for a spell. And Scottie Barnes was the guy who we brought back out onto the court when the Raptors had the risk of losing the lead because the Boston Celtics went on an 8-0 run. He's playing this man as a starter. He's not coming off the bench.
People are saying OG to the bench, Riker. What are your thoughts on that? No way. No way. It's going to happen.
If anything, Fred VanVleet first. Fred VanVleet would be my first selection. You let Scottie Barnes handle the ball, Gary Trent Jr. But again, the playmaking of Fred VanVleet, even if he's not finishing with assists, it is valuable.
Yeah, no way Fred goes to the bench. No way Siakam goes to the bench. Is it Precious? Do we put Siakam at the 5? That would be crazy.
No, that'd be useless because Siakam doesn't hustle. He doesn't hustle anymore. He doesn't go for rebounds, right? He doesn't start the fast break. No. He doesn't do those things. That's the reason people were frustrated with him. He had a statistically better season. It was because he didn't do the things that he's good at.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. But that's just depressing to think about. I just want to see all the Raptors start, all the guys go. I'd like to see Scottie going. But, Riker, let's see. Yeah, people are talking about the bench. What other questions we got in here? Decker keeps getting brought up. Should he be in the rotation now, especially with Svigi being a question mark?
Dude, he's not a question mark. You're very low on Svi Mihajlovic. He played well. he was aggressive on the fast break. He was trying to create offensive opportunity. His defense is not amazing, but if you're playing him with Dragic at the same time, you have two guys who have compromised defensive abilities. So
yeah, and
I'm tripping.
We have a super chat from Marcel Martin saying Scottie will be benched, but as soon as someone slips up, Scottie will be stealing minutes. And that was sort of our expectations at the start of the year when everything was happening. But this guy is our best player. Like, he's our best player. So can we bring him off the bench? I don't know.
Harrison's saying, can we have a 6-man or 10-man starting lineup? I think we should petition for a 6-man. We should just revolutionize basketball. Play 6 players. When you can't decide who's your 6th man, you should be allowed to put 6 people on the court at once.
10-man starting lineup. And Riker, one thing I do want to bring up. Yeah, and this is just as I was about to bring it up. Aiden Kennedy saying, what about Delano? What about Delano Banton? He deserves minutes after what we've seen from this guy. He is an absolute bucket. He's an octopus on defense. He has a smooth-looking midi. Develop this man. I want to see Delano get minutes.
Well, where was he going to get minutes in this one, Ben?
See,
at what point in the game would he have provided a valuable contribution off the bench?
At any point, because he's a beast.
No.
You're sleeping. You stay sleeping.
No.
Sleep well, sweet.
We played a 7-man rotation this evening. I guess 8-man, technically.
Yep. We had Boucher, we had Birch, and we had Dragic. And Svi. We had 9-man rotation.
Yeah,
off the bench.
True. And somebody else is saying, too, I lost it in the thing, Marie Shintaro was saying Barnes will be all over Doncic tomorrow, and that's going to be crazy. Are you going to be here tomorrow for tomorrow's post-game podcast, or are you going out?
I should be.
Okay. All right.
That
should be a fun one.
Well,
it's going to be conflicting emotions for you because Ben is an avid Dallas fan as his Western Conference team, but I'm sure you're going to want to see them lose same way that we beat them by 50, 60 points 3 seasons ago.
Yeah, no, I'm diehard Raptors first. And then I have my second teams always flip-flop. I do like Luka. Apparently Luka's put on a bunch of weight this season. That's what people are saying.
I didn't see that first game. I know they got trounced. He didn't put up great stats, but I thought he was playing really well in preseason. So I don't think that it's shaken his game. And he obviously played really well in the Olympics this summer. So wouldn't be concerned about that, man.
People are talking about Scary Gary, 20 points. Can he keep this up? Can Gary Trent Jr. keep this up being in the starting lineup?
As a starter, yes, he absolutely can. He was calling for the ball. He was demanding the ball this evening, and he showed that he could get it done, right? He had 2 or 3 layups where he had Tatum on his hip and Brown in there in the key as a help defender, or Williams or Al Horford, and he was getting little floaters, kind of finger rolls up over them. He obviously, we know he can get really streaky from the 3. He can heat up in an instant, and he's a guy that's willing to take pull-up Jays as well in the mid-range. So he wants to score from anywhere on the court. They just need to pass it to him. I thought Fred VanVleet, when he was on his little hot stretch, Fred wasn't even looking in his direction. Yep. Man, put the ball in his hands. If that's the player he wants to be, kind of a light it up, get hot, quick guy, keep feeding it to him until he has a miss. That's
what Lowry used to do. Just always feed it to that main guy. That's where Fred's got to get his feel for the game. But we do have another super chat from Masood Saembolarami. I'm giving myself the name on that. I'm messing up the names. I apologize. Appreciate the super chat saying Scottie start at the 2. That's what I sort of can talk myself into a podcast that we did probably a couple weeks ago. But Trent has got to start. That's like something that has to be done. That has to be a thing because he's tough. But Fred needs to start. Trent needs to start. OG needs to start. Pascal needs to start. And Scottie needs to start. And Precious, because we need a center.
We need Precious.
He
needs
Precious
to be that starting center.
He needs to be that. Riker, this got me stressed. We literally have 6 Hall of Famers on this team.
Hall of Famers. So
yep.
I thought I had one more thing before we start to wrap this up. And if I think about it, I will remember it.
Meditate on it.
But I don't, so you're going to have to take it away. And then as soon as I remember, I shall say it.
Are we talking about Malachi Flynn? Are we diving to him not being in the rotation at all right now? Because he can't be in it at this point.
Well, he doesn't. Yeah, I mean, what is his role at this point?
Because we have Dragic. Dragic, I think we both agree, is probably the better player at this point. And
yeah, well, he'll get his minutes back if we trade Dragic at the midseason. If we do flip-flop wins and losses and we're not in playoff contention and it doesn't seem like we really have the star power to win in the playoffs, I'm sure we'll trade Dragic at the midseason deadline. Right. And then Malachi Flynn, unless we trade for a point guard, he'll end up taking over those minutes, I'm sure.
Yeah. No, this roster is so weird, but so good right now. I'm excited about the boys. I'm excited to see what's going to happen with this team. It's been a roller coaster of a season so far in this one, Riker. I don't even know what to even bring up, what to talk about. We even have Sam Decker. People are begging the Raptors to play Sam Decker. I don't know. Is top 4 seed... People were flaming me, particularly after last podcast, for making the top 4 seed take. But what are people saying in the chat now? I want to see what people are saying in the chat now.
Scottie Bank. The Scottie Bank Arena.
The Scottie Bank Arena. He owns us. But are we being top 4 seed? We're a bit delayed on the chat. I want to see what people are saying. Jason saying trade Dragic for Kyle Lowry.
Oh, that is what I wanted to say. It's not often. Typically, there's a winner and a loser. Marcel Martin going in with the super chat on Scottie Bank Arena. Typically, there's a winner and a loser in a trade. They're not usually equal. But I think that this is one of those situations where there could be mutually beneficial trade, outcomes where the Miami Heat, they get that player, right? That playmaker, that veteran. I know Lowry didn't have an amazing start to game 1, but they won that game. He had a little bit of a scare, rolled his ankle. But the Raptors, they got Precious. Even if we traded 1-for-1 Lowry and Precious Achiuwa, that probably would have been worth it. And Dragic, who's pretty solid off the bench. So both teams are going to benefit. Wow. I'm glad we held off because we were very up in arms, like saying, we're not getting Hero. What are we doing trading for these two guys? An old washed up point guard. Well, I've always said Dragic is pretty good, but we weren't that high on Achiuwa. So that's what I wanted to raise to the point.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Mr. Bros bringing up that Jalen Suggs is averaging 10 points on 21%. Just saying. Yeah, I don't want to overreact to the Jalen Suggs. He's gonna be good, but we got a superstar in Scottie Barnes. So that is what it is. But Marcel Martin's saying if we beat the Knicks in New York, we might have security escort the players out. Our team is ready to take on anyone who tries to stand in front of us. So we're gonna need that security. But this team, we got a lot of tough questions ahead, whether it be moves, whether it be things happen. I made a video on Marvin Bagley yesterday, and people weren't interested in that. People were saying DeAndre Ayton, but I say we run it with this squad. We see what happens and try and get this Raptor stock to the moon. A couple people responded to my question earlier saying that they want 7. They think the 7th seed is going to be what it is. What's your prediction now? Has it shifted, Riker?
7, I'm going firm. I said at the beginning not to panic anybody, but the Raptors could lose a bunch of games this season. We're still going to have those exciting games, and we're going to see the development of really good future players for us, right? Guys that'll be around for a long time, super solid core. So I'm saying 7.
Yeah. Maury is saying Scottie paper towels. I love it. He's cleaning up out there. I just love this team. I love this squad. I could rant about this squad forever. Riker, Raptor stock to the moon. We're top 4 seed. I'm sticking with it. I'm standing by it. I'm feeling affirmed tonight. I want to see all those that's the lander in the comment section. I want it here. Keep that same energy. We're going to the moon, right? But Riker, we're pretty deep into this one. We'll get a little like spike going. What likes are we at right now?
Wrap it up. We're 330 right now. Somebody saying Mobley is going to win Rookie of the Year.
He was good. He was good in his first game. Got to give Mobley credit.
What about a second game?
Pull up those stats, baby.
There's still some more basketball going on. I'm sure other people want to tune into that if you're a fan of the NBA, not just the Toronto Raptors. But Ben, this has been a ridiculous podcast.
Yeah.
I'm very elated right now.
Yeah.
If you can't tell.
I'm feeling blissful. I'm in a state of just pure gratefulness to the universe for landing us Scottie Barnes. And sound off, final question. I need to see it because the podcast has been too chaos. If you want to see us some thank you Aaron Baines shirts, Put it down in the comments.
Dude, no. Nobody wants Thank You, Aaron Baines shirt. We get
Baines.
OG Scottie Clamp Bros shirts. Those are what I'm saying.
They're coming.
Okay, put it to a vote.
Give us advice in our Discord too. We got the Discord. What would be
a cooler shirt?
What would be
Scottie Barnes?
I want to do that too, but we can't drop them all at once.
Or Riker and Ben's face on pajamas.
That's one thing.
Christmas themed,
doing it for Christmas
with some Raptors players.
Man, people are saying they want it. People are saying they want it.
You have a couple of plants.
Jalen Stark, Maury.
Yeah,
Maury.
You have some plants in the comment section, Ben.
Both. I vote for the shirt.
All right.
It's coming, boys. It's coming.
No.
It's coming.
Clamp Bros. Team Clamp Bros.
They want both.
No, that's one person.
It's
All right, we're going off the rails.
Can we get a
pylon?
The pylon will be in the shirt, guys. Don't even think about the pylon not being in the shirt. It's coming, guys.
Pylon and a beard.
Pylon and a fresh
silhouette.
Beard. But anyways, I'm gonna get this long-winded rant going. Okay, people want the shirt, Riker. You gotta keep looking at this chat. People are saying yes. People want some NFTs. The NFTs are coming. I have to make sure they're legal. So that's my big thing. But
all right,
Riker.
You make a pylon logo. I'll make a pylon logo. Best logo. Put on a shirt.
No, we got to do our designs for the pajamas, bro. Exclusive Raptors Digest pajamas.
All right, fair enough. People are saying pylon shirt. All right, Ben, long-winded conclusion to this one. It's been an amazing podcast. Thank you everyone for the participation in the comment section and in the like section. It's been a pleasure. Wrap us up, Ben. You got 105 things to say here. You only got 2 minutes. Let's go.
Got 2 minutes. Are we sounding off the final alarm again?
Yeah, no.
Beep, 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 beep. Where's Bueno Kitty at? I want to see Bueno Kitty always throws the beep, 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 beeps in the live chat section. I got 2 minutes to sound off on what we're plugging. It's the usual plugs. Join the channel membership. We're going to have a call-in session soon. So if you want to get yourself in the front of the line for that, join the section. Right, we're figuring out the merch codes on the websites. Apparently, that stuff has been weirded out. So, what's the deal on that, Riker?
The deal is, you have to message us directly, and we will help you out because the actual platform that we're using doesn't allow us to offer specific promo codes. So we have to go in and do it manually. So message us if you're intending to get in and cop yourself some of this OG's merch. Or the Toronto Raptors logo hat, which we have on order ourselves, but don't actually have received yet. And for future seasonal stuff and whatever as it comes up, all that good things. Clearly, pylon logos.
The pylon shirt is coming.
It's in the queue.
Thank you, Baines. But that's coming. Join the channel membership. The call-ins will be fun. And we got a lot of cool stuff planned. So join the channel membership. It's a lot of fun stuff. And the Raptors, buy low. The stock is going to the moon. Raptors Digest stock. But that's the channel membership. As Riker said, you can go to the link down below. We have the OGs and the hats up there. We're redesigning the Raptors Digest logo, make it a little bit bigger, make it a little bit more poppin'. So that'll be coming, the classic hoodie, the vintage hoodie. But that stuff's coming. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that cool stuff. Trying to keep up on the DMs there. But I'm better at responding on the Discord, guys. The Raptors Digest Discord, you want to get in contact with us, right? Join that. Right, Josh and I are on that. We're pretty active. Riker, you gotta, youthen up. Figure out what the kids are doing, bro. You're 20. We're breaking our ages out. I'm a young, blissful 21-year-old. You're the 23-year-old old man. Get on Discord, sir.
No, I will, but I resent you calling me an old man. And also, shout out, we're not through our first week of the inaugural Raptors Digest Fantasy Basketball League. I'm getting trounced right now by Matthew Coombs, i.e. low Nick Nurse stance. I'm going to be one of the bottom feeders in the league. Unfortunately, we have a full 20-team league of members that's going. So, like I said, if you want to get your hands in on all those types of events, do that. Ben, I think what haven't we plugged yet? We're basically
the
we
call-ins
plugged
are
everything.
coming. I think our call-ins are the next thing there. I'm giving a little shout out to my team. I got Nikola Jokic. Jokic is now on the squad. Flipped a bunch of my roster for him. Terry Rozier is still injured, so it's looking tough. But I got Shea. I got the boys.
And shout out to everybody giving some Scottie nicknames here. I haven't seen any that I love yet. Yardman Scottie, Air Scottie, Scottie's World, Scottie Best Bout Machines Barnes,
Scottie Bezos,
Scottie Gretzky, Scottie Bichette, Roadman Scottie, Scottie on Deck, Scottie Jordan. Everybody is lots of Scottie Lee, Scottie whatever. There's lots of stuff coming in. I had something, I lost it. The natural conclusion. I think we've been going for an hour here, Ben. Maybe.
Only 50 minutes. Only 50 minutes. Oh. We can go 10 more minutes, bro. Get to the hour mark.
Unnecessary.
We're feeling good. We're happy about this game. Obviously, tomorrow it's going to be a big one. So stay tuned to Raptors Digest. Lots of fun stuff on the way. So subscribe. Oh, that's the one thing we also got to plug. The giveaway's coming at 21K. What is it? 22K? What are we at?
21. We'll just. That's easy. Yeah. 21K.
Scottie Barnes jersey giveaway. Decided on this podcast here. Trying to get the subscribers to the moon. So subscribe. Tell your friends about it. You want a Scottie Barnes jersey? Get your mom subscribing, your dad, your dog. Create a few accounts. Get the Raptors Digest movie. It adds the chances. Of getting a Scottie Barnes jersey. So that stuff will be fun. Anyways, guys, you guys are the best to make this far. Riker, do you have any last words on Scottie Barnes being the best? Oh, well, Marcel Mertens got last words here, saying Scottie Digest? We might have to change the name of the channel. We have Leafs Digest, we have Raptors Digest, we have Courtside Digest, and Scottie Digest is
We'll flip it off, yeah. One more, just a Scottie Barnes appreciation YouTube channel where we talk in little videos about Scottie Barnes.
Yeah, well, he won this
idea right there.
He's back-to-back nights winning the Scottie Barnes Award, so that's pretty good. That guy deserves some channel.
That's a pretty hot start. Ben?
Last words? Guess your last words.
Last words. The slow and steady. Good night, sweet Reiki.
Sleep
Cheers.
Tight. Sleep tight, sweet Reiki.